and the family tour. When Puff and Maze come in.
Nah, I'm cool.
What?
I don't want to put those free calls.
Listen.
I'm saying, like, just because Cassie took that $30 million, the rest of y'all niggas that got touched by Diddy need to come up and speak too.
Oh, man, you tripping.
Damn.
This boy tripping.
Usher, talking about you.
What?
You don't know about Usher?
I don't want to, man. A lot of goofy shit that's been going on. Diddy? Guess we start with
Sean strikes again.
Sean strikes again. But hold up. Let's make sure that we say allegedly. Yeah.
Y'all can say
All right,
allegedly.
before you start viewing your point, is he guilty or not guilty?
That nigga guilty.
Guilty.
I'm going to say, that motherfucker, if you pay off, then that means you are trying to hide something.
How about just, you don't feel like going through all the bullshit?
I get that. I understand that.
All right.
That one,
Why now?
30 M's?
But why now?
Well, her exact wording for why now is because I think there was an act in place in like New York where they removed the statute of limitations for those type of charges. So I think that act ends next week, and then once it ends, then nobody can report past charges. So she was like, before this ends, I want to get this off my chest. That's why she chose now.
Well, plus I thought it was a tell-all book that she was about to do, and it was either, you know what I mean, give me that 30 M's or this book gonna come out.
So it's just blackmail. It's no guilt behind it. It's just something that you got a ton of experience with a person, and then you can just some stuff you can just use against it just for blackmail.
I'm gonna agree with you on that because, all right, let's say the bull did that shit, right? But he did it because that's like one of his fetish, right? That's a fetish he have to do because it's some people that's into that type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? They like to pretend like they being forced on, so on and so forth, whatever. You know what I mean? So let's say it's a fetish, and it's a fetish that he didn't want to have out there because it would have brought light to a whole bunch of other different things that he's into. So I agree. Like, rather than have all my business out there, take this 30 mil, go sit down, keep my name out your mouth, so on and so forth.
Nigga say, take that.
The thing is, she signed off on it. So now there's a whole bunch of other people.
All right. So keep in mind, this is Diddy, man. This is not Bill Cosby. All that shit happened between before we was even born. But this is Diddy. This guy is he invented flyness. Everything about his life just showed what he put in his sons, everything. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, all this fly shit going on, and now a person that been with him for over 15 years want to come in and have a tell-all book.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not being biased to saying like nothing happened to her because it's just Diddy or he do no wrong. But
right.
Keep in mind that you got to think. And I always ask myself, if Diddy was just Sean, would you do that to him with the same fetish?
That I don't know. I'll be 100 with you. I mean, that I don't know. But I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying.
I mean, like, who...
You got to give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt.
It's a time when everybody want to assassinate the superhero, right?
For sure.
And what's the reason for this? This is something that if you wanted money, that, you can go somewhere and really have behind the scenes conversations,
right,
and get to some whatever,
right,
because you have that proof. But just to expose it, that's the first thing you want to question,
right?
Like, why now? You see everything, the climate of everything that's happening in the world, and then now you want to just like go after a guy that.
Well, I was looking at the Breakfast Club, and this woman, I don't remember her name. She was hosting on it, right? And she said she dealt with domestic abuse, right? And it's been happening to her for a long time. And she said the reason she didn't say anything was because she didn't want to feel like she was the victim, or that she was weak, or that she was this, that, and the other. Which, in a way, I can understand that. Just a little, you know what I mean? I can get that perspective of it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I think many people are saying why now. You know, like you said, you've been with dude this long, you know what I mean? You signed to his record label, you held his hand side by side for many years at all these different events. You know, the thing is, you just don't know what happens behind those closed doors, or how people feel going through that. But I'm with you. If there is some speculation, there's definitely speculations with all that shit. You know what I mean? But
and like I said, that's just, you know, like I said, not taking no one's side.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to take as if like I'm just 86 and her voice and what she went through. But at the same time, there is, you know, probable cause of something to question. Yeah. Because like I said, you know this man and you've been in his life for all this time, you got this love for him, and to turn around and do this, like, why this?
Yeah.
And why do I have to come about that? And the only thing you can come out this is what is money.
Yeah.
Now, like, what do you want to do? Get him arrested? Like, take him out? Take his whole legacy from him? What's the goal?
Right.
Because it sounds like just money. Okay, you file a lawsuit, cool. But at the same time, like, what do you want to see happen? After the $30 million, you cool?
There's nothing. Once you sign off on that $30 million, your mouth is shut. And ain't nothing else to talk about after that.
If it was so much trauma, how can that shut you up?
That's true.
If it's trauma, because you got to know what your argue is. You got to know what your cry is. If it's trauma, if you went through something, 30 million can solve that problem. So that's just like, you got a hole in your heart. $30 million of whatever can fill that. For you. Yeah, can fill that void.
Right.
And it's just money.
Right.
It goes to show that people will go to the farthest extent just to have financial soundness now.
Listen, I 100% agree with you on that. If you're looking for some type of, I guess what, closure, some type of payback, or just making people pay for whatever it is that you think or they did to you, I can see where you could say, like, nah, money not going to heal what happened to me. What's going to heal what happened to me is making sure that you pay for what you did. But what you're saying is correct. Like, damn. You know what I mean? So everything you saying I did to you, all you need was $30 million, and, you know what I mean? We can let that shit, you cool now?
You okay?
You all right? No, I'm cool. Cha-ching. So,
hey, this is Diddy, man. This is our, you know, these is the guys that we grew up, whatever we didn't learn from our pops. Whatever we didn't learn from our pops.
Dave like, dog.
Diddy was right there showing us and giving us the game. And like I said, I've never been in his. I've never been in his personal life to have to see any of that. Right. I just had to like the entertainer. You have to like the flyness and everything. And I get it. You're shaking your head because you're from a different generation. That's cool. But you had to see it to believe it. And it was amazing. And it still is.
Yeah, sure it is.
And at the same time, you can't take what someone did. You know, you can't take away the amazing gift that God put in people. And that right there in itself is just worth questioning, because again, you're not just taking from a person that, you know, like, okay, no matter what happened, he's done. This guy, now you just want to make history to say, yeah, I had to blackball him for X, Y, and Z.
Listen,
that's the part I don't agree with, because she wrote, the lawsuit is 35 pages of the most horrendous shit this nigga ever did to Shorty, and then just to wipe that whole thing away.
Every page count
for $30 million or whatever the undisclosed amount that he gave her. That's kind of, it takes away the other victim's voice in a way, because she opened up a door for other people to come through,
and they coming.
But then once she took that settlement check,
it's the money train.
That nobody else can come through that door no more.
Nah, that's not true.
That's not true.
The
chick
act is up.
No, the white chick, Aubrey. She talking about one of the Danny Kane chicks. She talk about Bull did some things to her too, allegedly. You know what I mean? That it's the same with Cosby. That shit happened with Cosby, and then next you know, everybody kept doing it.
The niggas need to speak up too.
No, what the motherfuckers need to do, is have motherfuckers sign off on these consents. Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
Listen.
What consents?
We're not gonna back.
That you're not going to.
What, NDAs?
NDAs. That you're not going to provide any personal information about our dating journey.
What's up with you and Diddy, man?
Sean?
Yeah, first name basis over here.
Yeah. This guy right here.
Listen,
he don't know what it felt like to go to Bad Boy and Family Tour. When Puff and Maze come in.
Nah, I'm cool.
What?
I don't want to go to those freak offs.
Listen,
I'm saying, like, just because Cassie took that $30 million, the rest of y'all niggas that got touched by Diddy need to come up and speak too.
Oh man, you tripping?
Damn,
this boy tripping.
Usher, talking about you.
What?
You don't know about Usher?
I don't want to, man.
Diddy was Usher's legal guardian when he was a young boy.
Yo, take this strawberry, whatever. It's
fucking David Williams over here, man. Yo, what the fuck is you on?
Right here.
Do y'all research? I'm not gonna put your body out there like that, Usher.
Yo, you like all the way from Boondockers.
Uncle Ruckus, this motherfucker trying to bring all black men down.
Diddy doing that for y'all.
Yo, fucking David Ruckus.
Diddy's been the young niggas over.
Yo, you're a fucking private detective and all of a sudden. Yo, this motherfucker trying to take down everybody.
It's public knowledge.
No, man. That's fucked up. Because what if you didn't do everything they said? You
listen, and that's what we gotta do. Because the crazy thing is,
if a nigga got 35 pages or some shit that you did, you did at least one of them.
All right, listen here. Explain to me the logic of why you believe it. That's what I want.
Why I believe it?
Yes.
Because there's separate accounts from other people that also have
like
stories
what? Like what? I need facts, bro.
There's been multiple interviews from 50 saying some...
But that's all true.
Huh?
That's true. Everybody get rich off trolling.
It's if everybody is most of the people saying the same thing about you. At some point, it's not trolling.
Nah.
So all right,
you can't do that.
So let me.
No.
All right. So
come on now.
All right, but you do know that everything is being talked about is because he got a sexual preference. Right?
No, but these stories,
right or wrong,
these stories been out for years.
It's all preference.
It didn't just come on now.
I know, but it's all preference.
As far as what?
Whatever people saying about him, of being with this, that, and you know, that's all preference. So, is he not allowed to have his own preference?
You can have whatever preference you want, but rape can't be a preference. That's not a preference.
Rape?
Well, that's what she's accusing him of rape.
All right, so,
and sex trafficking, and
so
a few other things.
Let me ask you a question. If it's rape, she can't 86 that case. Somebody else is going to pick that case up.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be.
How is that a payoff?
Well, it didn't go in as a criminal joint yet.
Yeah, before he even went to court,
But
he settled it.
When she went on record with it, the 35 freaking pages.
Yeah, but they never went to trial.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
They settled within 1 day after she put that out. So the next day he was like, "It's a settlement."
All right. So right there, all that led up to making a quick decision to just give away money and take a whole problem away.
But hold on, people can say a settlement does not mean that you're admitting guilt to whatever charges are being brought to you, right? But the fact that this nigga paid off Cassie within 24 hours of that before we go to trial,
you know what kind of reputation?
That speaks a lot.
You know what kind of status this man got?
And being as though that Cassie has, 10 plus years of abusive history with this nigga, of course she probably still scared of that nigga. So maybe she was forced to take that settlement.
And that's what I was trying to say. Like, a lot of women don't come forward at that time is because they feel as though that, they're weak, or at some point they so much time has passed, they allowed this to happen to them, but it still plays, a major part in their lifestyle, fearing to be in other relationships. Mm-hmm. But I will say this, for every fucking accusation that's true, the same amount are false. So we do have, like what you said, we have to take that in consideration. You know what I mean? We wasn't there. We don't know what's true, what's not true. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm with him. You know what I mean? It hasn't been confirmed that he's done these things to this woman.
Well, it can be confirmed now.
Huh?
It can be confirmed now.
It can't be. It can't, just because he paid her off, doesn't, like he said, it could just be like, listen, I just got a Grammy nomination. I'm trying to get right back in music. I got businesses. You know what I mean? Once you get that label put on you, you done. Nobody gonna want to fucking work with you no more after that.
Listen, it's just like, and I don't even want to come out to sound insensitive because, like I said, this is definitely a major issue. But at the same time, you still got to look into every factor if you want to be open-minded about this. You got to think, the status alone, a billionaire. Mm-hmm. That right there, it only can boil down to money unless you want to see this man punished, right?
Okay.
If that's the only thing you can take from someone that has it, then what did you really do?
Yeah.
But who's to say she wasn't forced to take it, though?
Forced to do what?
Take what?
The settlement.
Why bring it on?
How can she be forced to take the settlement? She can't be forced to take
exactly.
The settlement.
So you go in public. No. And then forced to take
Somebody
money.
Gonna force you to take money?
We don't know what happened.
It's just you gonna take it or you not.
We don't know what happened.
Nah.
Hey,
nah. She had the ball. Listen, the ball was in her court.
It wasn't her court.
Straight up and down.
For sure.
So
1,000%.
Right. I either take this money.
We don't know what happened in those 24 hours.
No. I either take this money or I'm taking you to court. She only had two options: take the money or take you to court. The ball was in her court. Like.
All right.
And for real,
know what happened in those 24 hours.
Also, for real, you don't think that book, if she would have dropped that book, she would have made millions off that joint?
She could still drop a book.
She can't. No,
she can't do anything.
Once she took the settlement, her mouth is shut. She can't say nothing about this man no more. I'm guaranteeing the lawyers wrote up something. Whereas you say this man name again in a negative way, now I can sue you. Because you signed off stating that we're good.
Right.
So, yeah. Now, the thing is, like you said, the door is now open for these other individuals to come out. What? Thanks. To come out and, say they little 2 cents. Right. But, yeah, I mean, again, we can't.
Did you hear his new album? Did you hear news? Huh?
I'm listening to Rapists.
To what?
To Rapists. I didn't listen to it.
It's going crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, you were supposed to.
Who? Nominated? Oh, yeah, he is nominated.
Nominated?
Hey.
You're like, no, I'll talk about anything about that show. That's crazy.
So who's in that generation where like Puff and Jay-Z and Biggie and all those guys from? Who do you respect?
50.
He's not from that era.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
2000s?
No.
Get Rich or Die Trying was
2000. Puff was getting it since 91.
I mean, I'm with you, but he falls somewhat in line.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. It's 10 years later was 50.
50 came in with Nelly.
10 years later. All right. So
Eminem and shit.
all right.
They was still in the 90s though. In the late 90s.
Who?
50 in them.
Yeah, but he was just getting started though.
Yeah,
it wasn't
he wasn't
the
get
50
his breakthrough.
Yeah, he ain't
We
break
talking
through
about
until
what
he
Wankster
actually
dropped.
dropped the album.
Wankster was his when he took off.
No, he was taking over with the mixtapes and then the album.
Wankster was his biggest hit.
At that time, mixtapes was cool, but they didn't count for shit.
Right. When he dropped Wankster, you know he was.
Yeah, mixtapes was cool, but they didn't count for it. Mixtapes was for the streets.
So, all right, let's say 90s then. Who did I respect?
Who do you respect?
Was you even listening to music in it?
None of them niggas for real. I didn't really care.
Yeah, I don't think.
I didn't really care till like the 2000s.
Yeah.
What?
You gotta remember.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's just like you kicking for a back end and you don't even know how much, you know.
Hey, he was doing the same thing.
What? I'm still trying to get the truth out of it.
Since we going back in time,
Mm-hmm.
greatest hip hop song ever, hands down.
This whole verse that was on the song, he was on there. He was on the song with multiple people with the locks, but whole verse was one of the best verses that I ever heard.
Oh, so you talking about Blackout? That joint with Jay and the Locks? Yeah, that joint tough.
I think that's one of my favorite whole verses.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, just because how big this fucking song was, and it's still big to date, it has to be Meek Mill, the intro, off of Dreams and Nightmares. That shit get played sports events, bar mitzvahs, anniversaries, weddings. There's nowhere that song cannot be played.
But do you like it?
I love that song.
And you get the same feeling every time you hear it.
Yeah, I mean it's a hype joint. So the reason why I think so is because you're gonna get, first of all, it's pure hip hop. You're gonna get that energy. You're gonna get that vibe. He's spitting bars. The beat is crazy.
Right.
The introduction, the introduction into the actual beat, where he just going off of just a piano riff.
Mm.
It's a solid song, and I think it's timeless. It's just gonna be one of them joints that just don't go away.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know they try to get rid of that joint and say, Lil Uzi took the spot with what is it called? I Wanna Rock, but boy, don't even say anything on that joint. It's just a beat.
I agree with what you're saying because it's how big the song is. Pause. It's more of like how Spectrum is.
Mm-hmm.
I like the other, the one with Phil Collins, better than Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay.
And that was on the album afterwards. I forget the name of that.
That wasn't on Champions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Champions.
the intro. That intro had more of an impact on me
Mm-hmm.
because the feeling was just different.
Gotcha.
And well, I say the feeling was different because it was this dude back in the day when I was a young guy, man. This dude, he was from New York, but he had, Get Money in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this red Cherokee. And he used to play, he had like the loudest system. You can hear this dude from like 5 blocks away.
Mm.
And he'll always play the Phil Collins like record.
The Meek joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the original song.
So the Phil Collins actual song.
Yeah, this was back in the 80s.
Gotcha. All right.
And that's why,
And what is that song called? I think it's called Feelings or something. Or Feelings in the Night.
Fill in the air.
Fill in the air. There we go.
But the song had more of an impact because, I respect Meek and what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, hands down, this dude make the best workout music. But that experience, seeing me coming up and admiring, like, the dope boys at that time and just being young and seeing it, and looking fly,
Yeah.
And the fact that we was all young and he was from New York, everything just seemed so much better. But the fact that he had that Cherokee and had the vibe and but blasting a slow, that was Phil Collins, white boy.
Yeah. No, that Phil Collins joint is tough.
So it's so much history behind that song.
Yeah.
So when I see Meek do it, it just has so much more of an impact. And how he just rolled the beat and killed it. So.
Yeah. No, I ain't mad at that. I mean, for sure. What about you, Dave?
The best hip hop song. That's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't even think I gave mine, but.
Oh, you said Blackout.
Yeah, I was just talking about the verse. But
Yeah, I guess you did just say the verse. Or the best song. Like, I mean, and again, it's not. I'm not talking about a song that, topped the charts.
Exactly.
Was on the charts, top 5 for like. You know what I mean?
Just your personal best.
Your personal best hip hop song that this joint just goes every time. Like it's a song I don't get tired of hearing.
I'm gonna say Tuscan Leather by Drake.
Tuscan Leather?
I would say Crown by Jay-Z.
Speaking of Drake, he just dropped Scary Hours 3.
Yeah.
Which is basically a deluxe from.
I mean, Scary Hours 3 is its own separate entity, but I guess
it's
it's
part of
it on as a deluxe.
Yeah, I mean that's how I look at it. If it's playing,
but normally it is a standalone.
Normally it is, but when you download it, you get.
Yeah, it's the same. It's pretty much a deluxe.
Yeah. So what? 6 tracks, right?
6 tracks.
6 extra tracks.
6 extra tracks, but. What he did was smart.
Why?
Because
it's just more down.
It's more downloads for his previous album,
right.
Especially if he's going on this hiatus like he said he was.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So that you don't think it had anything to do with the whole Joe Budden fuse?
Nah, I don't. I don't.
He dissed him.
No, but they say he was getting a little bit blowback on the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say, anytime the chicks don't care for it, that's when it starts to become a problem. Because
Shorties love that album.
Yeah, I haven't heard any shorties.
For all the time.
Yeah.
There's a couple of joints.
I don't think it's a bad album, but I just was listening to the internet and everybody was like coming down on it
as they play it.
That's
the problem.
Right. I think it's because niggas expected one thing and then Drake gave them something else.
So again, you got to look at it from a different point because you got to look at why he added all those street songs on this album.
Right. And it wasn't really street songs. It's just he's actually rapping on these songs.
Come on, man.
I mean, the beats aren't like no heavy knockers. Like,
did you see the name of all the list of all the titles?
Yeah.
That's not street.
Street?
Yes, man.
But he did that. He does that. Like when you go look at the album playlist. So the first joint on the album For All the Dogs is Virginia Beach. What's the first thing you think? Oh, this is a fucking Pusha T diss.
Mm-hmm. And he ain't say shit.
There's nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's just what he does.
It was intentional like
that. Yeah, that's just what he does.
Mm-hmm. He a sassy nigga.
You know what I mean? But I mean, listen. I think it was a good album. We did a little quick review on it a few episodes back, and the 6 tracks that he added to it was decent.
All right, so if you guys had to rate, is that album in the top 3, top 5
of his
catalog?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think I mentioned this before. To me, there is no best album for Drake.
All right.
Because all of them, listen, the reason I say that, because all of them have the same concept. They all have the same concept. Like, he has his little singy shit. He has his You know, he went through the phase with More Life where he wanted to do the fucking UK accent thing. And what you do is you just pull, you know, your favorite tracks off of each album. But if you really look at the albums, you're going to say, oh, some of these joints could have been left off. But this joint fire. You know what I mean? Like,
well, wouldn't that be considered like a B-side? If it was still like, you know, the way albums used to drop, the A-side, B-side? That's just like B-side records.
What, for Scary Hours 3?
No, I'm just saying when you have like the least favorites.
Yeah, but he put them on the album, so they count for that album.
Yeah, but at the same time, you might not care for it, but that might be somebody else's favorite.
And that's why I say there's no favorite.
Right.
For me, there's no favorite album.
Because no, I'm only saying that because you like there's some songs that you probably could have left off.
Yeah, everybody say that though.
Yeah, but how would you rate this album out of 10?
All of them. I'll say this just to make it clear. Every album that Drake dropped, I will give them all the same exact score, an 8. All of them, every single one. I will give them all an 8 because he's going to provide you with entertainment. But like everybody say, you know, oh, he did some singing shit on this, but the singing shit ain't for everybody. But there are some joints where he's singing where you like, all right, I can vibe with this. You know what I mean?
Well, you know you got to be versatile because again, when you only rap, you only gonna be a rapper.
Right.
But what makes you an artist is stepping outside
for sure
the box.
Yeah.
And again, that's just good money right there.
Yeah.
Only because if you want to grow and elevate and evolve to a better artist, of course you got to go into different genres of music and, you know, test some stuff.
Yeah.
You got to think.
Hey,
he's not a street guy.
And that's what makes
you know,
him work. Is because he's not afraid to try different shit.
Right.
Like God's Plan, I'll scratch that shit off my list all day. But it was such a big moment for him.
Right.
So yeah, you know what I mean?
But
it is what it is.
It made sense because he did a whole lot of charity work. Just that whole concept.
I understand the song.
Yeah.
It's just when that shit come on, skirt. That's it. You know what I mean?
You don't hear that hard shit, huh?
Skirt. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean?
Look, you be all vibing out. That shit come on.
That shit come on like, oh fuck. This gonna fuck the whole
movie.
movie
A
up.
song you just listen to.
No, but it's people that go straight to that song.
Nah. Well, I get it, but for me, no.
But that's why I say
that's just a one-time thing.
I think that would be a good song to like for a movie to go off like in the credits that had that type of impact.
Sure. Listen, it's a solid song for what it was meant to do. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, well, I gave 8s all the way across. So what's your favorite Drake album?
It's a tie between Views, Nothing Was the Same, and If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
Okay.
A
tie of 3?
Yeah.
3-way tie.
Probably I'll just say Views, for real. Because to me, that's like his most cinematic album.
Okay. You know, we spoke about Meek. He did just drop Too Good to Be True with Ricky Rose. Did y'all have any time to sit with that album to give?
I didn't really care for it.
Didn't? No.
I like it. I did point out some songs that I would love to have seen Meek start off or Raw start off.
Okay.
I'm like, it would have been a better like effect to just have Raw's deep voice start off with, you know, the type of beat.
Right.
I can go into the songs, but sometimes you be looking for a balance.
So as far as the album, Too Good to Be True, what did you think overall about it?
I think it's growing on me. I don't think it was like an instant.
Right.
Because the Shaq and Kobe song, just that song alone validated the album.
Okay.
No matter what it sound like, and like I said, it's still like I'm sitting on it, but that Shaq and Kobe, that's classic.
Gotcha. For me, man, I'm gonna be honest. It was kind of a little of a letdown. You know what I mean? the concept of it, solid. The lyrics, solid. The production wasn't that great. I didn't find that the production was on par with what those two guys deliver. And I think, I understand, 2023, different ideas, different, feel, different music. They trying to play with some different instruments and sounds. But I don't know, I just think the production just could have been a lot better. And also, listening to it, I don't know if y'all caught on to this, but it would seem like Meek's voice got more high-pitched in this joint.
I don't listen to him that often to know just stuff like that.
I noticed what you're saying, but I think it's just so much technology out right now, and they're just trying just new sounds.
And that's what I thought. I thought that maybe he was trying something new for the album. You know what I mean? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he had a sore throat or some shit. Who knows?
So I was like a while ago, I was looking at an interview on Nipsey, and he's saying the Victory Lap, his voice sounded like this mic that he found made his voice just 10 times more powerful. Yeah. And he was like, that right there gave me the motivation I needed to just knowing that I was going to have this sound that I was looking for a long time. He said that's what gave him the whole frequency to just make a dope album like that. Just one little tweak of just a mic, and just to hear his voice, but so much. Yeah. So I think this new sound, it got a lot to do with microphone technology. Everything that goes with it.
I hear that. I mean, if I was to rate the album, I'd give it a 7. You know what I mean? Barely touching that 7 point.
Who would you want to see do a collab album? Like how Drake and Future did that joint? Who would you want to see do a collab like that?
I mean, I'll tell you right off the top. New school? For me, new school would be J. Cole and Kendrick. They've been talking about it for a while. I think Cole did an interview with Lil Yachty. Said that it began, they was in talks about it, but something happened where they started working on albums or whatever. So Kendrick threw it out there, you know what I mean? But it never happened. So, the J. Cole and Kendrick, and if you want to take it back where, you definitely gonna get some nostalgia from it and some true lyrics. Jay-Z and Nas, especially with Nas being on his run. I think if they really put some solid effort into it, you know what I mean, that shit would be cosmic, you know what I mean? But those two and the Kendrick and Cole would be my top 2 that I would like to see at least them drop a 10, 12 track album.
I would say either Hov and Pusha or Pusha and Wayne.
Pusha and Wayne? That would be crazy, but we all know that. I don't even think they even made up. No, I'm with you though. That'd be tough.
It's just like
that'd be tough.
You talking bar for bar on what they can do, or just a Kanye, Hov, and all.
They did one already.
No, I'm saying Kanye, Hov, and all Pharrell beats. Something like that. Something that will bring more art. Bring Kanye out.
Yeah.
I want to see Drake and Cole
do a whole joint. Yeah. All right. So with the joints y'all just said, you notice like a lot of artists now are working with just one producer per album. For those collabs that y'all just mentioned, one producer for the whole album, who would you want it to be?
Kanye for me.
Metro.
Kanye for either or for the for both joints.
Kanye everything.
Kanye everything.
I'll take Metro.
You take Metro.
For Drake and Cole, yeah.
Drake and Cole. I think the bull that for me that's just making some great instrumentals and just keeping it consistent would probably have to be Alchemist.
Yeah.
Alchemist.
So you still like the hip hop?
Yeah. I mean, listen, those are for rapidy rap. When you get some bars, you want that type of style to complement the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like what he's been doing with a lot of the different artists. So yeah, I think Alchemist would play a major part. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the top tier albums that most people like, he has production on it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of songs that you don't think that's him, it's him.
Well, I put it like, I gotta pay homage to those guys, but the music for me don't work for me. That's like I salute DJ Premier, and like I said, if I was an artist, I would want records from all those guys.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that you put in your archives as legendary. But to bring it, I would have to go with like a Kanye. Or like a Pharrell.
Okay.
Or maybe classic Timbo.
Gotcha. I understand why you're saying that, because you're going to get elements from all. You're going to get some club shit. You're going to get some slow shit, high tempo shit. So I feel you on that.
And then you're going to get some futuristic shit.
And future, like sounds that's just not out there right now.
To just make endless music that, 20, 30 years you can go back to. I think it's just a certain amount of people that's in this game that can, produce that.
Yeah. And you just like natural sound?
Yeah. And I feel like it would be cinematic. I like cinematic sounding music.
No, he's been on a run.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man soundtrack. He had the what was it, the Villains?
Heroes and Villains. He did a joint with 21 too.
Yeah, so he's definitely a favorite in my book as well. You know what I mean? For sure. But I mean, we having some really good conversation with the music. So the Grammy nominations, they just dropped last week. So out of the noms for best R&B performance,
I would do Chris Brown. Summer Too Hot.
Okay.
I'll see you for me.
Yeah, I'm a rock with Chris Brown as well. That Summer Too Hot got a nice little flow to it. Yeah. So best traditional R&B performance.
SZA, Love Language. PJ Morton featuring Susan Carroll, Good Morning. Victoria Monet featuring Earth, Wind and Fire and Hazel Monet, Hollywood. Kenyon Dixon, Lucky. And Babyface featuring Coco Jones, Simple.
I think I'll pick the simple Babyface, Coco Jones.
All right. I'm going to go with Love Language.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I like SZA album. Love Language for me.
I only pick simple because I think just to have Babyface and his career
Still out there making good music.
Yeah, and see what he just did on that new Diddy album.
Man, don't bring that boy in
Right.
on this boy.
Sean.
But listen, the Love album was fire.
Right. Shout
Best
out to
R&B
Diddy,
song. That's crazy. Best R&B song. Snooze, On My Mama, I See You, Back to Love, and Angel.
I don't know.
It's between Snooze and I See You.
I don't know if I can. If I'm familiar with just.
I think On My Mama is that Victoria Monet song.
Yeah. But how they got it set up is crazy, because Snooze is SZA, On My Mama is Victoria Monet, ICU, Coco Jones, Back to Love is Robert Gaspy, and Angel, don't.
Yeah, I will have to hear it.
Hit the plus, John.
Oh,
Haley Bailey. Yeah, nah. So no, that's a no for me. Even though it's alright, it's a cool song.
I'm gonna go I See You.
I don't only because I'm familiar with ICU. I would have to pick that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm just picking it off of.
It's gonna be between Snooze and ICU.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are the only two that can be picked.
Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna go with Snooze.
Look, I made my mind.
All right. Next one. Best progressive R&B album.
SZA, SOS, Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure. That was a good joint. Terrence Martin and James
Diddy.
Roy. Nova, Sean, The Love Album, Off the Grid.
Yeah, this boy just
Black, Since I Have a Lover.
All right. I'm going
with
SZA.
Diddy.
It's a tie.
SZA.
I'm going to go with SZA. Yeah, I'm going to go with SZA.
No
SZA.
tie.
Yeah, I'm going to go with
Tie with
SZA.
who?
I was, like I said, I think the Diddy album is tough. But SZA,
He voided his.
SZA replay value right now is solid.
If he wasn't in trouble, would you?
No, I still won't give it to him.
No, he just hated the bull. He hate the bull just because his name Diddy.
Sean.
See, there we go.
I'm
Yeah.
not calling that nigga.
Nah, yeah, SOS for me.
I'm calling that nigga Diddy.
The Age of Pleasure with Janelle Monáe.
It was a good job, but
It's
best art out of these selections, it's not the best.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just keep it moving with that one.
What's that?
With Janelle Monáe, Age of Pleasure.
Best R&B album, Summer Walker, Claire 2, Soft Life EP. That's an EP, not an album. Don't count.
It counts. It's nominated.
It's an EP. Victoria Monet, Jaguar 2. Emily King, Special Occasion. Coco Jones, What I Didn't Tell You, Deluxe. And Babyface Girls Night Out.
I don't think I heard any of these albums.
No, I heard them all.
I mean,
I'm going with Summer Walker.
Summer Walker.
That's an EP. Don't count.
That joint fire though. I don't care if it's an EP or not. That joint fire.
Summer Walker, man,
What's name should have been on here? SZA Jones should have been on here. But they put it as progressive R&B, so.
Right. Yeah. Summer Walker, and then my runner-up would be Jaguar 2 with Victoria Monet, 'cause she got some nice joints on there.
I'm going Coco.
I ain't mad at
I
that.
think I'm gonna go with Summer Walker. I think I had gained a lot of respect for Summer Walker on her Tiny Desk.
Yeah, fire.
That was dope.
Yeah, fire.
Okay.
Yeah, she got talent. She's shy, but she got talent.
Best rap performance, Coi Leray, Players. Fuck no. Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane, Scientists and Engineers. Drake and 21, Rich Flex, Black Thought, Love Letter, and Baby King featuring Kendrick, The Hillbillies.
So,
Drake and 21.
really? Rich Flex?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I don't
go.
think so.
I'm gonna go with Hillbillies.
I'm gonna go with Hillbillies too.
Hillbillies. That's tough.
All right, let me
Hillbillies
ask
tough, but I'm gonna give a nod to
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, because that song is crazy. But I'm gonna go with Hillbillies just because that joint, boom, boom, boom. But Andre is what makes Scientists and Engineers something crazy, and Mike, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. They was cool, but Killer Mike and Dre is what makes that song go.
Yo, did y'all ever see the Baby King and Kendrick Lamar tour? The
Yeah.
concert on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
That's one of the best.
As soon as he come out,
performance.
yeah.
Yo, Kendrick killed this shit. So, between, like, that was probably one of my best performances I ever saw.
Yeah, Hillbillies, and what was the first song that they had out?
It was that Top of the Morning joint. I forget what it's called.
Was it Top of the Morning? Something like that. I'm smoking on your favorite.
Yeah, that's that song.
That shit.
I forget what it's called. Though. Range Brothers.
Range Brothers. Yo, when that
If
beat drop.
If they would have had Range Brothers on here, then I'll give it to
I
that.
think they kind of sound like each other, though.
Nah.
Baby King and
A
Kendrick.
little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I think that, well, cadence-wise, I think that was intentional for those songs. But Baby King sounds different by himself. But I think for those songs, it was a theme that they was going off of, which made it which made it work.
Yeah, Range Brothers smokes this list.
I think
I don't put the Hillbillies over Rich Flex.
I'm surprised Players is up there though.
They had to
no
go
hate,
to somebody.
but that joint,
They had to go to somebody, I guess.
sure. I mean, Shorty, she definitely tried to give us some good music.
That's what's up.
But for the nominee, damn, that's crazy. Yo, he chopped her off. He said, "Nah, we ain't talking about her."
Best melodic rap performance: SZA, Lil Durk featuring J. Cole, All My Life. No. Drake and 21, Spin About You, Doja Cat, Attention, Burna Boy featuring 21, Still on Top of the World.
Spin About You.
Yeah.
what's that?
With the Drake. All My Life is cool, but that is one of them joints that you will only hear on the radio, and you're like, all right, hurry up and go the fuck off.
That's not a song you just be playing in the crowd.
Nah. I mean, the first initial listen to, solid, but after that, cool.
All right, best rap song: Scientists and Engineers, Rich Flex, Just Wanna Rock, Barbie World, and Attention. I'm gonna go with Barbie World.
No, you not. With Ice Spice?
Yes.
Why?
It had the biggest impact.
It did not. Really?
What is it?
With Nicki and Ice
Barbie song, Nicki Knight. Yo.
All right.
Nah. Nah.
Hey, man.
Nah.
Hey.
I respect everything, man. Because again, this
Commercial wise, it's the biggest impact song.
looking at it from that standpoint,
I mean, on this list,
Yes.
it's not. I don't think it's bigger than Attention with Doja Cat. I don't think it's bigger than Attention with Doja Cat.
So,
And I don't think it's bigger than Just Wanna Rock, Lil Uzi. That song, Lil Uzi played everywhere. That Barbie World shit,
We gonna see.
yeah.
But that's my vote.
that's Uzi Just Wanna Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick
I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Just Wanna Rock. Yeah. Barbie World.
Okay.
Nah.
Best rap album:
Big boy.
Utopia, King's Disease,
Utopia.
Heroes and Villains, Michael, Her Loss.
Utopia for me.
Her Loss.
Over Utopia.
That shit was ass.
Oh my god.
And it didn't do shit. That was a flop.
Are you serious? A flop.
I enjoyed the Utopia joint.
Yo.
That shit was mid.
No, I enjoyed that.
Hey.
All these was
Travis
solid.
album,
All these albums were solid.
all of them.
Not that one.
Utopia was solid.
After he killed all those people at Astro World, that shit was done for that nigga.
Alright. I mean, he was on stage. I mean, it ain't nothing to do with that. Come on, man.
Hey, somebody did it.
This is a solid list of noms. I'm not mad at none of these albums. For me, the weakest one at the bottom, I would say,
He's not gonna get the win.
yeah, I'm gonna say Michael. Michael was the bottom of the list.
Metro album was better than that?
Yes, only because of the compilations of different artists and sounds that Metro provided.
What was your favorite song about the Heroes and Villains?
I'm gonna say Creeping.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Her Loss.
Her Loss got best rap album.
I love the King's Disease 3 album. That joint was tough.
He just won last year, so
It don't matter. You can win twice back to back.
Not Nas.
Yes.
He only needed one,
Damn.
and that was just a favor.
That's crazy. So you didn't like the King's Disease?
No, it was cool. I'm just
Alright,
saying.
and he deserved it.
Ramos just did him a favor because he never won one.
He deserved it for the fucking list that year.
I don't remember the list.
But yeah, that's all the Grammy nods. Should be interesting. I think.
Who's gonna walk away with the most Grammys?
SZA. I'm gonna say SZA. SZA has.
It's between SZA, Coco, and Drake.
I'm gonna say SZA. The reason I don't say Drake is because Drake shitted on the Grammys. He has no interest in the Grammys at all.
But I think he dropped too many projects that top the chart for them to even look past and be biased on.
And he just tied Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So Khalif asked us, what song do you think, if Michael Jackson was still alive, if he did the song, he would knock out the park?
Like a cover?
Yeah, or it's his song.
It's his song.
It's his song. It was written for him, but
written
of course,
by the artist.
But he just performed it.
Yeah, it's his song. Let's say he's still alive. He dropped an album, and that song was his instead of the artist that we know of.
So I'm gonna start with my song because I had this on my when I first heard this song, and it was years ago. I said, "Yo, this sound like Michael Jackson all over." And just keep in mind, like Michael Jackson is known for saying whatever he wants because of who he is. And it's a Tory Lanez song called "Deceiving Eyes."
I can see MJ doing that. Yeah, absolutely. It has a nice melodic vibe to it that's right in MJ's lane.
Pocket, man.
Yeah. MJ would destroy that joint too.
I would see him doing Redbone or Childish.
I don't hear MJ on it. Just the tone of it. That's not even in MJ's tone.
Yeah.
I don't see how he would be able, unless he synthesizes his voice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Weeknd, Kiss Land.
What's your top 3 Michael songs?
I can tell you straight off the top. Lady of My Life, Off the Wall, PYT.
I think if I had to choose Lady of My Life, the Liberian Girl.
Okay.
And I think if I had to say, like, just for some pop, They Don't Really Care About Us. That's
What?
That's dope.
Nah, I hate that song.
That's like God's plan. You only listen to that shit once. My top 3: Break of Dawn, Dirty Diana, and Human Nature.
Break of Dawn, tough. Human Nature, tough. I mean, those fucking songs has been sampled 1,000 times.
But They Don't Really Care About Us. That's a dope ass song.
Yeah, nah. I remember. I all I see is the video. He got the Russia in the background, and while he walking, and he like knocking shit over and all that. Like,
He wasn't knocking shit over.
What you talking about?
yeah, it's not. So it's like him walking forward, right? But I guess it was a green screen in back of him, and it shows all these different jumps.
Incredible Hulk. I think.
I think you're thinking about something
Right.
else.
Nah, that's that song, man.
That
Yo, can you
he
put
was in
on-
Africa.
Can you put it on that video, man?
Put it on.
This nigga talking about.
He wasn't in Africa.
Yes, he
Nah,
was.
He was in
Yes, he
it was a
was.
green screen.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
it wasn't.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
I
prove
think
it.
you're
I
talking
think
about
black or
yeah,
white.
black or white. I think that's what you're talking
Yo, well, that was equally trash.
No.
Black or white was trash
Black
too.
or white is a slap.
Nah, no,
That wasn't a slap.
nah. That
It's a
song,
slap.
like that. Black or white is on par with They Don't Really Care About
Get
It.
the fuck out of here.
Yo, those two Jones is like the whitest of white Michael Jackson. Nah. Go ahead, put the video on.
Did you
What?
hear the lyrics to
The
They Don't
concept.
Care-
The
The
concept,
lyric alone.
the concept, and the
Well,
lyrics
it's 2 different videos.
is
for it.
solid. I'm not taking nothing
It's
away
like
from it,
kicking over shit. I'm like, what the
but that song is not
Yeah,
good.
he in Africa.
right?
That
Or
song
I
is not
don't
good.
think this is he in Brazil actually.
Yeah.
not
Oh, so
Africa.
it's Brazil. All right, I'm wrong, for sure. But this joint,
Hold on, before I play this video, I got something to say.
this is on par with. Oh,
With the what?
yeah, it's on par with the J. Cole and Little Dirk joint.
Yeah, you just listen to this shit once. This not something we just be in the crib listening to. They Don't Care About Us.
But what you had to say? Cause you about to say something wild. Here we go.
But yeah, I was gonna say, would y'all go to Neverland with Michael for a week?
No.
Why you think?
Why?
You think you'd be seduced?
Right.
First of all, no fucking man gonna seduce me.
Like,
So I
like
don't
Sean?
know what the fuck you. You think you're gonna be seduced? No,
It's Michael.
No,
I don't
You
care.
gotta
I'm just
cheat
saying.
selling
Do you
in the crib.
believe? Do you believe all the bullshit?
No, I
Because,
don't.
like I said, when he asked that
Right,
question,
that's
that
why you
had to
scared
be.
then.
No,
It's
because
Neverland Ranch.
listen,
Well,
the
it's
You
reason
got a
why.
roller coaster and a Ferris wheel.
No, the reason why I would not go is because just in case that shit is true.
This nigga.
All right, listen. Nah, I don't want to be in the news for knocking
First of
Michael
all-
Jackson the fuck out. To the
You can get a
Neverland
personal
Ranch.
private show for Michael.
He's not what?
Part of that, just the whole concept of this nigga dissing his ex is just corny to me.
Yeah.
Because you just sound like a sassy ass hurt nigga.
Bull talking about, listen, I gave you my heart, I did this, I did that.
And what that sound like? A bitch.
Listen,
If you meet a person tomorrow, if you single, and they just got divorced, you to read them.
Oh, cool.
All right,
And I understand that rule.
but
I can be a Kirk Heinrich. I'm not trying to be Kobe every night.